Like, whatever they finish, wherever they finish. It's my birthday weekend, so maybe they can give me a birthday gift.
Give you a little podium or something?
No. They're not getting me anything.
Hey, man, you said a birthday gift.
I said I'm hoping for it. I think it's going to happen.
Like, you hear that, Fred? He wants a podium for his birthday.
I want a podium.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Around the Circuit, Apollo Media's Formula One podcast. As always, I'm Junior, joined by Mark and Ivan. We're here to talk wheel today. It's race week. We got the Austrian Grand Prix coming up. We're at the Red Bull Ring, boys. How are we feeling?
Yeah, it's your driver's home race. So
team's home race, not my driver's home race.
Well,
Zandvoort's
yeah.
My
bad.
Zandvoort's still on the calendar, but yeah, it's Red Bull's home race.
You wouldn't know the difference anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Orange Army's strong out there, man.
Shortest lap of the season, right?
I want to say.
I was going to say it has to be.
One of the fastest laps of the season, so it's going to be.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, man.
Saw what happened last year. So
yeah, I was going to say last year was kind of wasn't too exciting until the end. I think we got to like lap 60 something.
Yeah.
Before the drama really popped off, and then that's what really kicked off the rivalry, I want to say, between Lando and Max. Yeah. They, came to blows a couple times. Ended up Lando DNF'd and Max finished like P5, I think, when they were 1 and 2.
Which opened
15. They were 15 seconds ahead of the rest of the fucking grid, and then they came to blows. Decided to touch tires a little bit.
George won.
George won. That was George's second career win. I can always remember Toto jumping on the mic. George, you can win this. He said, "Let me fucking drive.
Let me fucking drive, man.
Shut the fuck up, Dad. I'm busy." But no, yeah, George capitalized. I mean,
yeah,
George did what he did.
George does.
It's a little different this year, kinda.
Yeah,
I still expect the same people to be up front fighting. We'll get into our predictions a little bit later, but I don't know, man. Initial thoughts going into Red Bull, Red Bull Ring. Sorry,
nothing. I mean, in terms of Ferrari, nothing. I'm zoned out. Like, I don't care at this point. Like, whatever they finish, wherever they finish. It's my birthday weekend, so maybe they can give me a birthday gift.
Give you a little podium or something?
No. They're not getting me anything.
Hey, man, you said a birthday gift.
I said I'm hoping for it. I think it's going to happen.
Like, you hear that, Fred? He wants a podium for his birthday.
I want a podium. A win, motherfucker. Like,
for me, I'm interested to see what upgrades are coming. From what I've heard, like, a couple teams bringing upgrades this weekend, so gonna look forward to see. Alpine needs all the help they can get. So with the rest of the team, apparently Sauber brought another upgrade, and they're thinking that they can move them to possibly being consistently in the top 10. So
the Hulk's gonna come in strong again. Yeah, another points finish for him, maybe.
It could be the opposite of what Alpine did last year. They stuck it up until that Brazil race and rescued their season. So
yeah, that's true.
Maybe they're to do the opposite this year.
Yeah, I guess. The thing I'm looking forward to the most on my side is hopefully Max gets out of this race without any drama, without any points on his license.
Yeah.
And then literally the day after the race, he loses 2 points off his license. 2 points expire. So he gets more of a little bit of a cushion. He's not right up against that race ban, and he can finish the season. I know a race ban probably isn't shit to him, but as a fan, I want to see him, race all races of the season.
It's a vacation, man. He probably he's not gonna mind. He's gonna
go home, spend it with with his fam, and
he's gonna be on the sim.
No, I was gonna say not F the fam. He's gonna be on the sim rig the whole suspension.
Yeah. Or he's racing, or he's driving GT3 like he was last weekend again, testing the Verstappen.com cars.
He's racing somewhere. It doesn't matter what.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter. Rig, sim,
go-kart, it don't matter.
Spa. the man's behind a wheel somewhere. But no, that's what I'm looking forward to. Hopefully he gets out of there clean. I know there's been a lot of talks. Last week or last race was actually a really good one from him. Hopefully see the same. I would love to see him win, but home races have not been exactly forgiving this season so far. So I'm not expecting much from Red Bull. I don't know, man. It's hard to. We've talked about it the last couple weeks, the last couple races. the predictions are hard to kind of pick because is McLaren fast? Are they not fast this week? Is Mercedes going to come out of nowhere? Is Ferrari going to poke their head in, or are they going to screw the strategy away again?
They're going to screw the strategy.
I mean,
we know.
You
don't got to beat around the bush.
I was trying to be nice, but hopefully Williams bounces back. They got a lot of motivation coming out of the week break.
Yeah.
James Vowles signed a long-term. I love how contracts in every other sport are super public. Like, we know how many years, how much money, how much the bonus is if they, signing bonus, or if they get a certain amount of hits in baseball or something like that. But when it comes to F1 contracts, it's just all secret. It's just he signed a multi-year long-term contract. It's all we know. But hey, man, the dude's there to lead Williams to the promised land.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to him leading the team some more. I mean, they got Carlos for a few years. Alex, I don't think, is going anywhere. So the team's set. I don't know. I think it was a great move by Williams on renewing that contract, extending him, and getting it out there.
I mean, yeah, since day one, he's been there. It's been great.
Shift.
Yeah, culture shift. And I mean, especially this last year when you bring in Carlos and immediately he gets to work after that end of the 2024 season. And so far this season has been looking great. I mean, I know that podium's coming sooner than later.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I mean, for your sake, because I know you bought a hat.
Hey,
for
man,
that
I got the
special
hat
occasion.
waiting. I won't wear it until they make podium, or maybe like the last race of the season if they don't.
Yeah. So hopefully they get it done for Junior's sake. But yeah, I mean, since day one, in this season, I've been a Williams supporter. I know you have been. But yeah, I'm excited to see where Williams goes for just in the future, especially with them re-signing Vowles.
Same.
Been a long time coming. For me, the 2 times you would have given him the extension was either the day that Carlos signed or the day that Drive to Survive came out and you saw that episode about Carlos signing with them. That would have to be one of the other 2 days you would re-sign him.
Yeah.
Just being able to pull a driver of Carlos Sainz's caliber to Williams, which 2 years ago couldn't get, had to stick with Logan Sargent out all those years. So he's definitely turned that team around. The culture has changed. Like, it's like a night and day difference. Like, you can't even tell it's the same team. Like, if anything, I wish George was there when he was there just so I could get to see those two work together. But I mean, it's like 2 crossing ships in the night. One leaves Mercedes, the other one goes to Williams, and vice versa. So it's a great pickup for Williams. Williams just needs to continue on this path. I mean, there's a reason that me as an Alpine fan, I'm excited about switching to Mercedes engines next year. So, I mean, with Mercedes engines projected to be like the best, re-sign them now, get it over with. You look forward to the new regulations and see if we have a title contender, because that's the main thing that kind of stood out to me is he keeps talking about championship.
Yeah.
Williams hasn't talked about championship since like 92.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
been a minute.
Williams has the history, so it's not like championships are a mystery to them,
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see if in the next, I say probably 2 to 5 years, they hit win a championship.
Yeah.
Even if it's just the constructors.
Yeah.
I mean, in the next 2 to 5 years, if you see Williams winning a constructors championship, they did something right. I mean, I think they're in the right, going in the right direction. I've been saying it all season. Williams is back. Let's see how far they can really prove it. How much they can really prove that we are back. So,
like you said, Sainz is going to be there for a little bit. Albon is not leaving anytime soon. Those are 2 extremely great drivers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I definitely see them winning a constructor soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see them getting to win soon. I just wanted them to be patient and know that it's not built in a day, obviously, like every other team knows on the grid. So, just know that you've got 2 good drivers. Those 2 drivers are like 2 drivers that a lot of the grid will wish to have on their side. So, just got to build from there. You always have teams that are, like we talked about with upgrades, that are just like improving all the time. So just don't get ahead of yourself and just like let the events come to you. And next thing you know, you'll be on a podium before you know it.
Yeah, for sure. So Mercedes had the double podium in Canada. Do we think they're on podium again in Austria? Do we think they're going to, was it just a fluke? Like they finally took advantage of McLaren being slow and they were able to capitalize on Ferrari making mistakes. I mean, we know they have a fast car, maybe not as fast as McLaren, but they're up there. They're probably faster than Red Bull.
Yeah,
I think Max just maximizes his car, no pun intended. But and I think they're for sure faster than Ferrari. So they're somewhere around second, third fastest car on the grid right now. Do they sustain it? Was it just a one race thing?
No. No, it wasn't a run race thing. They've been fast all year.
Yeah,
So
I mean we've
I
seen
think
them.
I think definitely one of them will get a podium. I don't think it'll be a double podium again. That'll be very hard to do,
Mhm.
considering the challenges are going to go into this race with other teams. Specifically the track. We've talked about how it
Yeah.
can be very friendly to different type of teams. So I definitely think they get on podium again. Which driver I don't know, but more likely than not, George.
Yeah,
He'll be waiting.
Yeah, I can
He'll
see
be
it.
in the fourth waiting for somebody to crash. But yeah, I definitely think they get a podium again. Like I said, who? Probably George. But yeah.
I think they get a podium, but it's Silverstone after Red Bull Ring, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. I think
so-
that's the race to get the podium.
So
at.
we'll have a Red Bull Ring this weekend. We have a week off, and then we go into 4th of July weekend at Silverstone. So
Okay. That makes that. Yeah, I'll go with Silverstone for them to get their podium, just because that's a track that I know means a lot, obviously, to George for that being his home track and everything like that, and Mercedes in general with as many wins as Lewis got there when he was with the team. So I know how much that course means to them. I just think last year you got the luck you could get. I do think something is going to happen in this race. It's too small of quarters. Somebody's
that
going to do a
turn 3
dive.
is dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen
Somebody's
it
going to
last
do a
year.
dive bomb this year. I don't know if it'll be Max. I mean, it could be Oscar and Lando this year. I mean, we saw the opener last week, I should say. I think that Lando's going to want to make sure he can show that he can make a pass on his teammate, because I think that's all the narrative is going to be until he passes Oscar on track. It's like, well, I mean, you can keep up with him in pace and qualifying, but like, can you pass him on track if he's in front of you?
Yeah.
He's got to prove it at some point. So I have a feeling he's going to try to be aggressive and do that this week. But I think we'll see the usual suspects up front. I know I've seen Red Bull and Mercedes both have upgrades too, so I got to see how both of those upgrades do.
Yeah.
I'm assuming with Red Bull it's only going to be upgrades for Max, but I don't know how the upgrades are going to work this week completely.
Yeah.
But because it still seems like they haven't given Yuki all of the last upgrades to begin with.
Yeah, Yuki. I think Yuki's just been struggling in qualifying. So it'll be interesting. Like you said, I haven't even looked into what upgrades each team's bringing. I know it's something I'll do right before, probably Wednesday, Thursday. I'll look into it more, see what they're doing. Does McLaren bounce back, or do they stay strong? Do they stay down, struggling? For some reason, Canada just was not a good track to them.
Yeah.
I mean, they qualified, what was it, P3 and P7?
Yeah.
And they were taking poles almost every race. Was it just a bad weekend? Do they bounce back and get back on the podium and win another race, or could this be the start of maybe? I mean, we still got 14 races to go.
Mm-hmm.
Could this be the start of maybe some kind of fight between Mercedes and McLaren for the constructors? I mean, McLaren was looking strong, and then Ferrari made it close there at the end last year. So I think they have a huge lead right now going, into round 11. But I don't know, man. Kimi and George is a strong team.
It is
with that car that they're driving right now. So
it's tough. I mean, the McLaren's been fast all year. When the regulations came in, I forget where, we thought, oh, will it make them? It didn't. It didn't make them slow. I mean, this last race, they looked a little bit slower than usual, at least. I mean, they were still fast, but I think the more thing I'm excited is do we get them going at it?
That was going to be my next question.
Yes, because that's what I'm wanting to see.
Yeah.
I think they're still going to be really fast, but like Ivan just said, is Lando going to step up and be like, I need to prove myself, hey, I'm still the leader here, even though Oscar's been flying and overtaking Lando in terms of statistics. So, I mean, I'm excited to see them go at it.
I think they're not done fighting this year by a long shot. Like, now you've seen the fight for the championship, but that's like not the only fight. Like, you've legit got the fight for who's going to be the team leader heading into the new regulations, which is key because, like as Oscar just went through the past year, it's hard to, overcome someone being a number one driver and taking their spot. Like, Max had to do it with Ricardo. We've seen other drivers step up and do it at other teams, but it's not the easiest thing to do. Oscar's got pretty much Lando right where he wants him. It's just, can he make sure he finishes the job? Because if you're worrying about Lando all the damn time, Max is wanting you to do that at the end of the day. Because Max is like, all right, y'all keep fighting it out. Let me buy some time to get this car better, and then we'll see y'all back probably by Brazil or Qatar. I'll be right there, right next to y'all.
Yeah.
This is the same exact way, because you got to be careful. This is the same exact way Kimi Räikkönen won his championship with Ferrari the last time Ferrari won a championship. It was literally Fernando and Lewis fighting each other to the death at McLaren, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, Kimi's only like 8 points back. And then the last race of the season, he wins the championship.
Yeah.
That's the exact way it can happen again this year. So McLaren really has to make sure, hey, we stay on top of this. And also, if they struggle again this week, you really got to start asking questions about that directive.
Yeah.
Did it make some more changes than what people thought? Because
maybe they just got away with it for one weekend.
Yeah, maybe it was just great at Spain, but then also the next tracks after that, it starts hitting them a little bit more and more. Because, I mean, you don't just see a Sauber go up to the top 10 out of nowhere. And I know they said they brought upgrades, but, I mean, we've known Sauber. This is not the type of upgrade that brings them from like 17th to top 10 all the time. So I just think they got to be careful. They're walking on a tightrope right now. It doesn't seem like it because they've got huge lead in the constructors. They've got their 2 drivers ahead of the drivers' championship by a lot. But, like, if you don't be careful, you can lose a championship in a matter of weeks. That's all it takes is one DNF for Oscar, and you're back in this.
Yeah, no, for sure. And, I said last week that maybe it might be time for McLaren to step in and be like, hey, Lando, we gave you a shot. It's Oscar's turn.
Yeah.
And we posted it on our TikTok, and somebody commented, he goes, they're not telling them anything. They're letting them race.
Yeah.
And they weren't wrong, because when you look at it, we have a long history in the sport of F1 of teammates fighting when they're the best team. You said, I mean, Fernando and Lewis, I mean, Nico and Lewis, like there's just a long history of teammates fighting each other to win a championship. It's not like it's anything unheard of. I don't know if Zach Brown and Andrea Stella decide to step in and be like, whoa, hold on, things are getting out of control. I think maybe if they're like back-to-back DNFs or something crazy, a double DNF that really hurts them, I could see them stepping in. It didn't seem like much came out of the leadership at McLaren that like condemned them for what they were doing.
Nope.
They're letting them fight. They're letting them race. It was an unfortunate thought that Lando thought he could make that inside. And at the end of the day, he didn't hurt nobody but himself, So maybe they keep letting him go. Maybe they keep like, it hurts his championship, driver's championship chances. And it does take you take a hit in the constructors. So that's a whole car that's gone now. But I don't know. I mean, we've said it all season. We want to see them fight. Yeah. I guess it would suck to see it only happen once. Yeah. So let's see if they keep at it. I saw something that it was like a edit. I don't know if it was on Instagram or TikTok. I seen it somewhere on social media, and they were like, "We're watching Lando right now become to Oscar what Danny became to Max," and it kind of like stung a little bit because I'm a huge Danny Rick fan. But I mean, we've seen it. Not even just Danny and Max. We've seen that happen across F1 teams where young kid comes up and the guy who's been in the sport just a little bit longer can't keep up. The young kid's a little bit faster. And I mean, when people forget, Oscar's only in his 3rd year of racing. Yeah. That he's making these moves. He's only going to get better. Yeah. I mean, we've seen the jump from last year to this year. Oscar's only going to get better. And if he doesn't win the championship this year by some miracle, he's going to win it in the next few years. Unless it would take like a huge dive going into the new regulations from McLaren, which I just don't see happening. But I don't know, man. It's just a weird dynamic because something I haven't seen a lot of people talking about. I've seen it here and there, but it's not a huge talking point right now because it's something that we should maybe keep in the thought process is while they're letting them fight, they're not just picking their number one driver for the season or maybe even next season. Lando's contract is up next year. He's only got this year and next. After a year in the new regulations, if Lando just isn't keeping up with Oscar and maybe they think they have someone else. Yeah.
I can see what you're saying.
Like 2026 going into 2027 looks like it's going to be another huge driver shift like we had this past offseason where just a lot of drivers were leaving, a lot of drivers were coming in. We had 6 rookies. I mean, team changes. I can see it happening again around 2020. A lot of contracts are up in 2026. I can see it happening again, and unfortunately, if things go really south for Lando, he could be one of those that is looking for a new home.
Yeah.
Going into the 2027 season, I think it would take like
a really bad year.
I think it would take a lot,
a really bad year.
But I mean, we've just seen the small struggles. Not that he's DNFing and crashing and doing all this stuff every race, but we've seen the struggles. You hope it doesn't get worse for his sake.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it's something to keep in the back of the mind. You know, as like if you're a McLaren fan or you're a Lando fan, you have that in your back of your mind because you're like, well, if you don't get it together, how bad does this really get?
Yeah.
You know, and so not saying that anything will happen, but it's something up there. You know what I mean? It's something up there to think about.
Like we mentioned before, we outright spoken about how we don't think Lando has that championship mentality.
Yeah.
And, all these small mistakes that he's making just build up. And now it just becomes the question, hey, can you go through this adversity and come out and be the driver that we know that you can be, or are you just going to crumble and fall? And then, like you said, this next year with the new regulations, if he just continues to fall, I mean, McLaren might have to move on.
Yeah.
And find the next driver.
You know, you mentioned the championship mentality. If he's not going to be a champion, and I mean, every driver wants to be a champion. They're never going to admit that.
Yeah.
Does he stay good enough to maybe be Oscar's Bottas?
Yeah.
You know, Lewis had Valtteri right there next to him.
Yeah.
And Valtteri, not a knock on Valtteri because he's a great driver. But they were a great team. I mean, you've seen what they did in Mercedes for all those years. McLaren could very well be like, no, like we got Oscar and Lando. Lando's gonna win some races.
Yeah.
He might not win the championship, but we got a team in the cars to go on a long run.
Or does he stick around long enough to become like Nico? That's also the other one. Because
I was gonna say, because what if you look at Lando and his mentality is, no, I don't want to be that guy who's just there to get you wins. No, I want to be here to win the championship.
Ugly, No, it's very, very possible. I mean, it's granted we're talking in the future, and this could be something we're talking about again in here in a year on a more serious note. But it's just how fast does this decline or does this hiccup spiral? Does he bounce back? He's like, oh, I got this. He starts really fighting for the championship. Boom, boom, boom. Or does it just get worse from here? You know,
I can see what you're saying because I just now had a thought. Nico and Lando's kind of like career trajectories right now are kind of very similar. Mm-hmm. Right before Lewis got to Mercedes, because Nico was there first, he was with a veteran driver, Michael Schumacher, who was leading the team, obviously. Then he leaves the team. Then he's made the team leader, Nico, and then Lewis comes in. Lewis takes his spot within like 2 years, and then that starts the build up to whenever Nico wins the championship. I have a feeling maybe that could be the same thing for Lando, where he beat Danny Rick. All right, now I'm the leader. All right, we got this new kid coming in. What's he gonna do? Oh shoot, he got hands. So like now all of a sudden you're like, oh shoot, now I really got to step my game up, and I really do think it's gonna be something where Lando has to look in the mirror and say, do I just want to go to another team? Or do I want to do like Nico did and just like try to fight this out to the end and say, no, dude, I was here first. I can win a championship with this team just like you
one
can.
Championship and right off to the sunset.
Exactly. And if I were Lando, that's exactly what I would do too.
I mean, it'll be. I think Lando's going to be the driver to watch in the next few races going into the summer break.
Yeah,
just to see how he adjusts and performs after.
Because with the crash, he is one race win behind Oscar, or
this season, or career-wise.
No, in like the championship standings. With the crash in terms of points,
I can't remember what it is right now off the top of my head. I could look it up, but
I got the driver standings right here. It's
so Oscar's sitting in first, obviously
at
with
198, and Lando's at 176 right now.
So even a win would.
Yeah,
he needs a DNF. And this is the kind of thing that kind of tripped me out too. I mean, you saw that gap. It's kind of big for like with the race win, but I mean, Oscar has 5 wins and Lando only has 2.
Yeah.
But he's still not that far behind.
Yeah.
The fact that you have 3 less wins than your teammate and you can still keep up
that 20 points.
Yeah, you're still doing something right.
Yeah.
Just build on from that. I think he gets caught up on, I didn't win, Oscar got a win. I know he beat you by a little bit, but I mean, the gap between first and second in F1 for points wise, you can make that up in a week.
Yeah,
Especially if there's a sprint race. So like,
there's gonna be some weekends where it could be a huge swing. So, maybe Oscar makes a mistake on the the next time they come.
We're not even bringing it up,
but
Max.
Hey, you go toe to toe with Max, you know what could happen.
You know what's
I'm not saying it's very possible. I mean, we've seen it last year. Max still gained 10 points in that race, and Lando DNF'd with like 4 laps to go. So, I mean, we've seen not just the teammates, I guess other drivers, including Max, George.
Yeah.
How aggressive does Kimi start getting now that he's already tasted his podium?
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun to watch just how they finish off this first half of the season, going into summer break, and then really get back after it, the summer break. We got to mention this week is not only special because they're in Red Bull week. It's F1 movie release week. Boys.
Yes.
F1 movie release week. We get to see Brad Pitt come in and drive rocket ships on wheels. Look, I've seen a lot of initial kind of like reviews. I've stayed away from a lot of spoilers. I don't want to really. Yeah. I've heard the storyline is okay.
Yeah.
But
I'm not here for the storyline.
Brother, we're here to watch cars go fast,
I'm here to watch cars go fast.
I'm excited. I'm going to see it Wednesday. So I got early tickets. I'm going to see it 4DX. So I'm going on a roller coaster ride, I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect. Some of the guys here did get to go to an early premiere, and some of them, a lot of them loved it. A lot of the guys here at Apollo, the guys that cover the pop culture, the watch with Apollo, they got to go see it, and a lot of them loved it. The ones that didn't like it, it just wasn't their cup of tea. Yeah. So as F1 fans, I think we're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm excited, dude. I've already told you, like the day that first trailer came out, and hype.
Yeah.
Hype. I was like, I need this movie now.
And if I don't come out of the weekend, I'll see it at least twice this weekend. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'll see it Wednesday, and then I'll probably go see it, Saturday, Sunday, maybe, depending on how my weekend goes. I'll go see it again. If I don't come out of the weekend with one of the popcorn buckets, I failed. I failed because the popcorn buckets are the APX GP team helmets. Yeah. Bro, those things are awesome. And I watch a lot of movies at home with the family, and we collect really cool popcorn buckets, and we'll use them over just like at like family like movie nights. Yeah, bro, I need a race helmet. I need one.
Judy's gonna crash out if he doesn't.
If I don't get a race helmet, I'm gonna crash out.
If you get
one and y'all see me on the street and I don't have one, I'm coming for you.
If you do get one, you need to bring it on the pod.
No, yeah, I'll definitely bring it next week if I get one. I'm gonna have it sitting right here next to me, maybe on my lap. I don't know. But yeah.
Are you gonna watch it?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm going probably Friday or Saturday this week to try to go watch it. I've heard nothing but good reviews. I've heard, let alone the cinematography for this movie. Is if you want a taste of what F1 is really like, you get a really good taste of it. There's only like one storyline I pretty much heard that's like a little like off-putting for me. Mm-hmm. But besides that, like you said, we're not here for the story. I'm here to make sure that these cars can be loud as heck.
Yeah,
throw a V10 in there if you
I think when you go into a movie, I mean, I worked around like F-18s in my military career, so like people are like, "Oh, Top Gun is so cool, so cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, like there's a lot of stuff in Top Gun that's unrealistic, like on the military side of things." But guess what? We don't give a fuck, bro. We're watching Tom Cruise do fucking barrels and all kinds of shit in these fighter jets, bro.
Brad Pitt crash into a Ferrari.
Now I get to see fucking Brad Pitt fight Lewis Hamilton on the track. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait. I think it's gonna be really good. We talked about it. I think after we all see it, we'll probably get in here. If not this weekend, next week, and we'll do a little thing on it. So keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. Maybe, dude, I can't wait because like I've sat in sim rigs that are like really popular. So like, I'm just thinking about the 4DX seat just bouncing around. I can't wait because like there's gonna be an instance where somebody gets put into a wall and the seats are just gonna go crazy.
Yeah,
I can't wait, man.
We know all about that.
We know all about putting someone into the wall. If y'all play F125 and y'all want to race us, we all race. We all got setups. Hit us up in the DMs. Comment your gamer tag for EA. We'll add y'all and we'll get y'all into some races. Ask Mark.
Listen, man, you were in the back of the race. Like we did like
We're-
6-7 races. You were in the back the entire time.
P18, P19, but I still put him into the wall. So, hey.
Listen, one of us
It
got to
gets
win when the
aggressive.
other didn't. I'm gonna say that. Like I don't know what else to say.
Oh yeah, it was a fun time. We had our first get together when it came down to racing this weekend. I was coming around the last corner in Australia. I just see a Red Bull sneaking out of the bushes like like something trying to go on a hunt. And
Hey,
then,
man.
and then in the last race
You take the small wins when you can.
right, and then in Vegas, Mark and I had less than a tenth difference between us at the finish. So it's funny. It's always a great time to come out there and join us. Like legit, Mark and I were like laughing about 20 feet before the finish line. We were
Yeah.
hysterically laughing because we knew it was coming. So,
So hopefully we get more people in
Yeah.
to race us.
Yeah.
Let's get into our predictions, boys.
Shit.
Austrian Grand Prix predictions. We're at the Red Bull Ring. Who wants to kick it off? Because I'm gonna go last.
You know what? I've been going first a lot, and
I'll try it this week.
yeah,
I'll go
I was about to
first.
say we'll go Ivan.
Yeah, I'll go first. So for me, I'll do Oscar is going to win the race.
Okay.
Second place will be Max. Third place, because it's your birthday weekend, but I'll say Charles Leclerc gets a podium to finish it out. I think with
Yeah.
as small as that track is, there's no way Ferrari can at least be in the fight, especially with all the upgrades that they're supposedly bringing. Hopefully there's no groundhogs out there for Lewis to hit. So
Yeah.
those are my top three. And then for driver of the day, I guess at that point it would have to be Charles, because I'm assuming Charles isn't going to qualify in the top three.
Yeah.
So I would say Charles Leclerc, driver of the day.
I'll go next. For the win, I'm gonna go Max. I think Max is gonna pull it off. Qualifying is gonna be really important here, and I think Max is gonna put on a good lap. I always have that gut feeling. Almost never works out, but you know what? I'm gonna go with Max. Second, I'll go Oscar, and third, George. You know that Mercedes, man. I think George is gonna pull it out. And driver of the day, if he wins, he's definitely gonna get it. Max. I mean, I'm gonna go with Max. I need
he
these
almost
points.
took out George and still won driver of the day.
I need these points.
I said it earlier. Home races have just not been good to teams and drivers specifically all season. So I'm gonna go out on a limb, a little bit of a limb. I think Lando bounces back. I think Lando gets the win, and because he gets the win, he takes driver of the day, and then McLaren finishes the 1-2 with Oscar in second, and George wraps up the podium. I think that Mercedes is not going to do anything but get faster. Yeah. George hasn't been bad in qualifying at all. I want to say Max, and I know Red Bull Ring is really good to the team, and it's really good to him. There's something about this season and maybe it's our predictions that are cursed. I don't know.
Why do you think I haven't chose Ferrari in like the past 5 episodes?
I would love to put Ferrari on the podium, not to curse them or anything, but just because I would love to see maybe Lewis get a win or Charles have something to celebrate this season. Yeah. But I just don't trust they've not, as a team, have not performed well.
No.
Other than having the fastest pit stop in like 8 or 9 of the first 10 races, you know? So I think it's Lando, Oscar, and George. Max is going to be close. I just feel like it's going to be some crazy slow pit stop or something, and he's going to finish just outside the podium.
Just be wary if there was a race that Max, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Junior.
No, you're good.
If there's a race that Max wouldn't mind missing, I would probably say it'd be the British Grand Prix due to past events that have happened there anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't put it past any of the drivers to know, since it's the last race before the penalty point stuff expire, that push his limit.
Maybe they kind of push him,
Yeah. Like I said, if there was one race he would not mind not having to be there for that weekend, it would probably be that weekend.
Yeah, he doesn't
he doesn't care for the Brits that much.
The British fans and Max don't exactly. Well, the British fans don't exactly welcome Max when he's in Silverstone, considering the history he's had with the battle with Lewis and everything else.
Battle with Lando.
The battle with Lando. So yeah, maybe you got a point there. I don't know. Now you think about it. I don't know. I could see Max getting. I mean, he loves the Red Bull Ring. It's a super fast track. I like I said, I see him fighting. I just see like something out of his control, slow pit stop, something keeping him outside the podium.
I mean, I see it every week.
And George is just gonna be there to capitalize as always.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I said, going out on a limb, I think Lando's gonna bounce back a little bit, and that's saying a lot coming from me, considering.
Yeah.
I don't hate Lando. I just don't
just
think he's got the grit to keep it up, man. I don't know, but that's just me.
I mean, you being a Max fan and seeing his mentality and then going to Lando, that's
it.
I'm not going to use any context on that one, but I can clearly see you have a certain type of driver.
It's like that one meme of the
I'm not gonna lie,
dragons,
though,
and you
like,
have
it's-
Oscar, you have Max, and then you have Lando with the
Exactly.
funny looking dragon.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
talking about. So yeah, any last thoughts before we wrap this up? I'm excited. Red Bull Ring is always fun. I mean, the scenes there are always amazing. You got the big bull tower statue thing, and then the Orange Army. I mean, I would love to be in them grandstands and those Max grandstands. Right. What I would, oh man, to be in there just once, that would be awesome.
I mean, I said birthday weekend, Ferrari, give me literally anything, please.
Dude,
I'm not gonna
help the boy out.
Please,
Mark just wants some happiness for his birthday, revolving around F1. He gets the movie.
Indeed, right? At least you get that. I will say, if a Ferrari gets pole this weekend and then it's suddenly wet the race day, I'm going to be looking right at you because we're going to have some investigating to do because apparently our online racing is carrying over into real life because that's exactly what happened to Mark this past weekend.
Listen, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Let's not.
But I'm excited. I mean, as Mark and I are always cheering for teams that cause us eternal heartbreak, we're always looking forward to the next race because we never know if it's going to turn over a new leaf. I'm excited for this race. Red Bull Ring is always one of the most fun races of the year. It's never a letdown. I don't think it's a sprint weekend this weekend.
No,
is
it's
it, right?
not. No, our
So you only got
next
the one
sprint is
race.
until Spa.
Yeah, you got the one race to look forward to and good to go. I mean, if there was a track that I could say is one of the most fun to watch the cars go around, it's Red Bull Ring. Oh, and then hopefully, this is just a heads up for all new viewers. Track limits is going to be a word you hear a lot this weekend.
Yep.
This is the track where it's the most problem-wise track limits. So
That grass
just giving
is
you a
touchy.
heads up. There's a reason
You
they
would
got gravel
know.
and grass all over that track.
Yeah. That grass is touchy at Red Bull Ring.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait. Like I said, seeing all the Max fans, the Orange Army, and Red Bull being a Red Bull home race. I'm excited to see what happens. Hopefully, I'm wrong and Max pulls off a win or a podium, and I can have some kind of happiness to go along with the movie and hopefully a cool popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, give your predictions, give your gamer tags in the comments, anything and everything, so we can race together, compare predictions, driver of the day, podiums. Follow us on all our socials, subscribe to Apollo HOU, and shout out our sponsors, Big City Wing, Apollo Wings Joint, Houston's Wing Joint, and Zing Zang. Zang responsibly. It's America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. As always, I'm Junior, Mark, Ivan. We'll see y'all next week to wrap up the Austrian Grand Prix. We're out. Peace.
Forza Ferrari.